Most people believe wealth is built by working harder, moving faster, or wanting it badly enough. King Solomon believed the opposite. He wrote that wealth built without wisdom collapses under its own weight. Solomon was not the strongest king. He was not the greatest warrior. Yet history remembers him as one of the wealthiest men who ever lived. This is not a story about gold. It is a story about why wisdom attracts wealth naturally, and why those who chase money without understanding eventually lose both. When Solomon became king, he was young and surrounded by pressure. He could have asked for power, for victory over enemies, for long life. Instead, he asked for something specific. In his own words, Solomon asked for, an understanding heart to judge rightly. He didn't ask to be rich. He asked to see clearly. This choice reveals everything about his philosophy. Solomon understood that wealth is not created by desire, but by judgment. Not by effort alone, but by discernment. Most people want outcomes. Solomon wanted perception, and perception shaped everything that followed. In the book of Proverbs, Solomon wrote, "Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom. Not money, not status, not speed. Wisdom." Why? Because Solomon understood that money moves toward those who make fewer mistakes. Poor judgment destroys wealth faster than bad luck ever could. Clear judgment compounds wealth even in unstable conditions. Solomon studied human nature deeply. He wrote about pride, impulse, greed, patience, not as moral lessons, but as patterns. He understood that those who rush lose leverage. Those who listen gain advantage. Those who react emotionally overpay for everything. Wealth to Solomon was a byproduct of clarity. One of Solomon's most famous moments wasn't about riches, but it reveals his entire approach. Two women came before him, each claiming the same child. Instead of investigation or delay, Solomon proposed a test that exposed the truth instantly. This wasn't cruelty, it was psychological insight. Solomon understood something timeless. Truth reveals itself under pressure. The same applies to wealth. Solomon wrote that, "The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, not frantic action, not blind effort." Most people exhaust themselves chasing opportunities. Solomon chose correctly and let results multiply. One clear decision outweighs 1,000 desperate moves. Solomon believed wealth collapses in disorder. He wrote repeatedly about patience, timing, and restraint. Better is the end of a thing than its beginning. He who rules his spirit is greater than one who conquers a city. Solomon organized his kingdom meticulously. Trade routes were protected. Alliances were calculated. Resources were managed conservatively. He understood that emotion creates volatility, and volatility destroys wealth. Most people lose money not because they lack opportunity, but because they overreact. Solomon stayed composed, and composure became his competitive advantage. Later in life, Solomon wrote something uncomfortable. "Whoever loves money never has enough." He wasn't condemning wealth. He was warning about misalignment. Solomon understood that wealth without wisdom becomes a liability. Pleasure dulls judgment. Excess weakens discipline. Possession replaces purpose. Wealth is a tool. The moment it becomes identity, clarity fades. This is why Solomon's legacy isn't his gold, but his words. King Solomon did not become wealthy by chasing riches. He became wealthy by mastering judgment. He understood people before profit, timing before speed, clarity before accumulation. You don't need to chase money to build wealth. You need discernment, patience, and the ability to see clearly while others react emotionally. Because in every era, wealth flows toward wisdom, and those who master judgment quietly accumulate everything else. For more thoughts on life, wisdom, and philosophy, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, friends. Until next time, stay thoughtful.